Hello and welcome to Math with Jim, and today we are going to do some examples of order of operations. So, quick review of what order of operations is. Order of operations tells us in what order to do math problems. So, suppose we have parentheses, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and we're wondering what order to do these in. Order of operations helps us out. And generally, you start with the most complicated thing, and then you move left to right. So, of these, the parentheses are the most complicated. So that is going to get the number 1 slot. Next most complicated thing, there's 4 options there, but there's some good news. They group up. Plus and minus go together, and times and divide by go together. And of those two groups, times and divide by is more complicated, so that goes next. Number 2 slot. And then finally, addition and subtraction in the number 3 slot. And so with that in mind, we're going to do some example problems. Let's go ahead and start in the corner here. 5 plus 6 times 4. Okay, so looking at this problem, we have to decide, are we going to do the plus problem first or the multiplication problem first? Are we going to do 5 plus 6 or 6 times 4? Now, 6 times 4, multiplication is more complicated than addition, so we need to do that first. So let's start there. 6 times 4 is 24. So now we're going to do 5 plus 24, and that is 29. Let's do another example. Let's do 10 divided by 2 times 3. All right, what's more complicated, division or multiplication? Now, that's sort of a trick question because if we look at our little reference thing over here, division and multiplication are on the same level. So how do I decide which one of those two I'm going to do first? And it's pretty simple. You just go left to right. So left to right means we're going to start with 10 dividing by 2, which is 5 times 3. And that is equal to 15. So remember, if all of your things are on the same level, just go left to right. So let's do another example. This time, I'm going to add a few more of these together. So we're going to do 6 times 3 plus 4 divided by 2 minus 1 times 3. Now that looks big and scary, but it's actually not. All you got to do is just go in order. So what's the most complicated thing here? Multiplication and division. When you've got more than one thing that's most complicated, you just move from left to right. So starting on the left, 6 times 3, 18. And then we're just going to go on over until we run into our next multiplication or division problem. And that's 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And we're just going to keep right on going. 1 times 3, 3. So then we can rewrite that one layer down. So we've got pink 18 from our first problem plus the green 2 from our second problem minus the blue 3 from our third problem there. And then we can handle this all at once, so we're just going to go straight across. So 18 plus 2, 20 minus 3, 17. And that's the answer to our problem right there. So all you have to do is figure out what math operations are more complicated, do those first left to right, and then just keep doing that until you're out of problem. Let's do another one. Right here. So again, this problem looks big and scary, but it's not. First of all, we got to ask ourselves, what are the most complicated sorts of operations happening here? And that's multiplication and division. So with those two in mind, we have a lot more than one of them. So how do we know which one to do first? We go left to right. So going left to right, the first one we come to is 7 times 7, which is 49. The next one we come to is 6 times 3, 6 divided by 3. Now notice I'm not worrying about the times 2 yet because I don't need to. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then we're going to bring the times 2 down. Plus 4 minus 8. So let's see. Do we have any more multiplication or addition or division problems left? Yep, we got one more. The 2 times 2. 4. So here we have all the numbers we got. We got 49 from our first math problem. We got 4 and another 4. So 49 minus 4 plus 4 minus 8. Now something convenient here. Minus 4 plus 4, that's just 0. So these two kind of go away. So we're just left with 49 minus 8. Plus 0, we'll just say. So that kind of goes away. 49 minus 8 is 41. And that's the answer. Isn't that great? Quite convenient. So order of operations. Pick the most complicated thing, do it first, and when you have more than one, just move left to right, and you'll be fine. These problems are actually not that hard once you get the hang of it. And if you forget what's the most complicated, just reference the order. We start with parentheses, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. And that is all there is to order of operations. In another video, we are going to tackle parentheses since we didn't get time for those today. And we are going to make them